Welcome back, everybody, to episode 4 of the Puddle Jumpers on D&D on the D&D Express. We're back again with our 6 characters that are finding themselves in the Clamville, just about to find or try to find Gilly, who's somewhere in this town. We're going to continue off where we left off with our friends Mr. Muck and Poe. They just entered into, I believe it was the Swordfish Inn, and they are in the back trying to talk to those people that are currently out gambling around the pool tables. In our last episode, our friends found themselves in the Clamville looking around to find out exactly where Gilly resides, and they believe that Gilly might be hiding out in the back of the Dark Sands. And Ocho just managed to hear a conversation from Gilly and just went around the front to tell the rest of the group. But with that, we're going to continue on with Mr. Muck and Poe. So you guys are currently looking at a pool table. As I mentioned before, they are playing with, just sticks, and they are hitting little pieces or little round pearls into little clams on each end. So each corner that there would be a pocket, they are replaced with clamshells that have their mouths open until somebody sinks like a little pearl, and then the clam shut, and then that's how they kind of play the game. So there's really only like 6 pockets, and there's only a few balls that are on the table, and they're all kind of like throwing money on the table for the next person to kind of try. So you can tell that they're gambling. You don't know who it is or anything like that, but you can clearly tell that they're drinking, lots of money going around, and lots of booze being passed around this area in the back.
Hi, is Gilly here?
Are you just kind of like talking, like, because there's about 30 or 40 people like in this back area, like they're dancing, and people are you just
Yeah, I'm just gonna yell it.
You're just yelling it? All right, so as soon as you yell that, you hear like the almost like that skipping noise, like where it's like when like the music's all playing, and all of a sudden it's just like a screech goes off, and everyone kind of just turns and looks at you. There's no Gilly in here, and then you see this like you like hear in the back room, so like kind of like a faint noise. And if you guys want to roll for perception, you guys can. Mr. Muck and Poe.
I rolled a 6.
I rolled a natural 20.
A natural 20?
Beautiful.
Wow, perfect. Okay. So Poe, you don't hear anything. You hear this like the scratching of like the DJ as he kind of like his music kind of comes to a halt. And it's a merfolk DJ, by the way, and he has like one little like ear flap like up, and the other one's kind of covered with his hand so he can hear what he's playing. And his music kind of and that's like everything's muffled for around you, so you don't hear anything. Mr. Muck, though, you are able to feel the vibrations in the water and sense exactly what this person has said in the back room. And it's a little kid in the back room, and he's like, "Oh, Gilly's not here." But like you can clearly tell that this little kid, whoever he is or wherever he is talking to somebody else in front of him. And then his other friend is, "Shh, be quiet. They'll hear us."
My love, there is a child who knows where Gilly is, and then I will point.
The music starts back up, and everything kind of goes back to normal.
Where did you see the kid?
This way. And I'll point to the direction I heard the child and start making my way there.
It's in the back room, so it's a little inn, right? So there's a push door that goes, there's no closing. It just kind of swings open in the back room where the kitchen is. So you could probably tell that they're in the back room, either cooking or cleaning dishes or whatever or whatnot.
The child cooks, not the children that are being cooked.
Like the tadpoles?
Yes. I'm still so full. And I rub my belly as I make my way.
I'll rub your belly.
Yeah. And I'll make a little axolotl purring sound.
Like a cat?
Like a... So you guys go to enter into the back. Are you guys going to go just try to walk back there?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going to try to like I mean, are you gonna be stealthy about it, or are you just gonna like push your way through the back door?
I think we're just gonna walk right
You're just
to
gonna
the
walk
back
in.
of the room,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, pretty much at this point, most people are pretty distracted with all the music and everything going on. They don't. It's not like it's not a super fancy restaurant where people are like guarding each way and stuff like that. So you manage to just go in the back room. You can when you enter in there, you can see that there's a ton of merfolk cooks. They're kind of like I have a. It's almost as if like they're like working in sync. Like there's one's chopping finishes up, cook, and then it's like an assembly line of just like fast food going through. And there you can see people washing dishes, and they're all pretty young. Like all these people back here look pretty young. They don't. I mean, you can't really tell which one of them was the one that you heard, but you do know that it came from back here.
Which one of you know a Gilly?
And I mean, from all the sizzling and all the cooking and everything, they kind of just turn to you, and the line cooks are so preoccupied that they don't do anything. But if you roll another perception check, each of you.
All right.
11.
8.
Okay, so if you looking at like, because you kind of can tell that the line cooks were pretty much like they didn't seem to care at all. They pretty much just continued on with their work. But in the back, you can see that you can see a little bit of kind of pale look on one of the dishwasher's face as his back is turned to you, but you can tell that he's turning pale because he's a fish, and you can kind of his entire body kind of just like little merfolk body and like little merfolk arms begin to kind of change to a different tone, or as if he's kind of just not shocked, but he's kind of scared, and begins to turn a little bit more pale than normal.
What do you think about that one? And I'm gonna point to him.
I will grin a terrible, sharp-toothed grin. Yes, this one.
Let's go ask him what he knows.
Yes, and we will approach.
Okay, so he's back turned to you, and he's trying to act like he's washing dishes, but he just keeps washing the same dish over and over again because he can sense, he can kind of a little bit see you from the reflection of the little stainless steel cookware that he's having in front of him. He can kind of see you guys approaching him, and he's acting like he can't see anything. He begins to continuously like shake and shake and shake, and he's trying to wash this dish as fast as he can. And he keeps going and going and going. How can I help you?
We're looking for Gilly.
And as soon as you say Gilly, he drops it and smashes the plate inside of the sink. I don't know no Gilly. And
I think you do.
On each side of him, you can see like the little tiny little merfolk boys and girls run away as they leave their dishes and like clanking and clinking like inside of the sinks.
Tell us where Gilly is, child.
And he turns around to you, and his kind of like eyes are just like super wide, and he begins to almost look like he's going to begin to cry. I don't know where he is. I just know of Gilly. And as soon as if you guys, from where you basically came from, you can see that the kids kind of ran out and got somebody from the inside of the bar, and they're dragging this gigantic bullfrog or swordfish inside of, and he has like a very, very long swordfish, I guess sword on his nose. And you can clearly tell that they're trying to get him to come and talk to you guys. So this guy is approaching you, and this little kid is kind of just shaking in front of you.
All right, before the guy comes, I'm going to draw one of my daggers and point at the child and say, "Tell us where Gilly is, or we will make you into tadpole stew."
Help! And you just hear but as he yells help, it's like an echo in the water, just help, 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 and like everything just shatters. That's of all glass inside of this kitchen. And you just like everybody, all the line cooks just basically just like turn around and stare at you, and they're all
superpowers.
Superpowers. He's a little kid, a little merfolk child. It's the Echo inside the water, and they all have all them are kind of holding their utility things inside of their hands. One has a fork, one has a spoon, and they're all just kind of turning around and staring at you. And the giant swordfish man comes to you and he's like, "What is going on back here? You guys causing some ruckus and trying to stir up some shit back here?"
We are looking for Gilly.
Yeah, we don't have no Gilly in here. We don't want no Gilly in here. Now you leave my little boy alone and get on out of here.
Well, can you tell us anything about this Gilly? You seem to not like him very much.
And he gestures for like the little kid to come over and stand behind him. If you're looking for Gilly, you're looking at the wrong tavern. Go head over to the Dark Sands if you're looking for him. But get on out of here and don't ever come back.
Thank you, citizen.
Oh, perfect. Thanks.
And then you can see him like as you guys walk out of the back room, he's like yelling and screaming at this like little kid, and you can see this kid just burst out into tears, and he wraps his arm around him, and he's just. You can see this as you walk out. And as you guys leave the tavern, everyone's kind of just eyes on you as they're continuing to gamble and play their pool.
They must think we're really beautiful.
Oh, you are very beautiful, my dear.
All right, we're going to shoot over to the other group real fast. So you guys are standing in front of the Dark Sands, and you guys are kind of contemplating on what you're going to do as Ocho walks around the corner, and she is kind of understanding that, pointing where she might have heard Gilly in the back room.
She puts one of her tentacles up to her mouth and makes like a shh. He is back here. There is a back way in. Follow me, very quiet. And then I'll edge back around the side of the building.
I will follow. Phileas will follow.
As will I.
All right, so you guys get to the back door. Are you gonna creak it open, or have you already left it open from before?
I closed it, so I'm going to just be whispering as quietly as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he is in here. I saw him and I heard him. What? Do you want to go in, or do we wait here for him to come out?
I don't know. Should we just go inside and say, "Halt, criminals," and look for Gilly?
I feel as if saying criminals might alienate us from them.
You know, you're right.
Maybe seek gambling.
Through the back door, though? Maybe they'd get the wrong intentions.
Let's just go for it. Too much talk.
I feel like we should go inside.
Okay, so I will just suction cup back onto the door and slowly pull it open.
Okay, so this time you're gonna fully pull it open. So you open with your hand, or with your little suction cup, and you open the door, and you're in the back room of this.
I haven't gone in yet. I'm just holding.
You can see the back room of this dark tavern. There's no lights back here. It looks just like you're almost just in a back room. You can, as you open it up, though, I'll let you roll perception.
Me?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just looking for my. So that would be 13.
Okay, so you kind of know what Gilly sounds like because you were able to hear him earlier when you were here, and you can tell that they're probably still at the table gambling from what you're listening to at this point. You can't hear what they're saying, but you can tell that there are voices in a different room that are gambling.
So I can't see the table?
No, it's not in back here. This is just
There's no.
From what you're seeing, you can't tell from what it is. It's just a dark room that you're like. It's kind of just like dark on like not. Do you have dark vision right now or no?
I don't know. I don't think I do.
You don't think you do? Okay, so in that case, no, you can't see really much without probably walking in here and taking a look.
But I don't see anyone.
No one's in the back here. No, you open the door and it's just lights off, nothing there.
Okay, I'll float in.
Okay, so you go inside. Is everybody else coming in too?
Yeah, I'll follow
I am
behind.
following.
Okay, so let me grab your thing. So who's in what order? Who wants to go? Who wants to be right behind Ocho?
I will go next.
Okay, so you're gonna be next. Okay, and then
I'll go
Rockstar.
third.
Okay, and then that'd be Gilliam last. Okay, so as your party enters in, Ocho kind of leading the way, followed by Phileas, followed by Rockstar, and followed by Gilliam at last. You guys kind of try to... Are you guys creeping in at this point? Or are you just walking in and you don't care about anything?
I'm going quiet. Like, I'm just floating. I don't walk.
I'll assume that the rest of the group is trying to be as quiet as possible as well too. So everybody roll stealth as much as you can. Or as much as you can. roll stealth if you can.
As many times as we can?
Oh
Yeah, as many times as you can. Just keep rolling.
You have 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I got 18.
12.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
17.
All right. Perfect. So you go into... You guys manage to stealthily walk in the back room. And as... sorry, who rolled 11? Was it Rockstar?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so Rockstar accidentally hits one of the ladles as...
Rockstar?
What? Sorry?
I said stupid Rockstar.
He hits one of the ladles, but as he does, in the very back, Gillian catches it with his little fin and stops it from making any noise before it hits the wall as he's shh, and he whispers to Rockstar. So you guys manage to approach another door in the back room. So you guys are in the kitchen right now. This is a kitchen. Nobody's back here. Probably would assume that this kitchen never gets used. It's like almost spotless, as if like nobody's cooking in here. Nothing. There's no food left on the tables. Nothing. So as you get to, once again, a swinging door that would lead out of the kitchen, through the actual little tiny window in there, you can see that there are 3 sharks that are sitting basically gambling around a table, and they're holding like a bunch of little clams in front of them that they're using for chips, and in their hands they're playing obviously some sort of card game, as a gigantic white shark is sitting and the very almost like kind of like the middle and two like on the sides. It's a round table, and one on the left side and one on the right side. There's a kind of like these little tiny frail, they almost look very old sharks that are gambling with them. So there's 3 sharks total at this table, and that's what you're able to see through there. So
they're, would you say lone sharks?
Lone sharks. So as soon as you see that, we're gonna quickly jump back over to Mr. Muck and Poe. So you guys leave the tavern, and you kind of walk outside the tavern as the door slams behind you guys, as they flip the open sign back to close, because they're obviously going to be screaming at their
What
staff.
about the dozens of people in there?
I don't know.
Well, that went well.
I think so.
Now, where did he say we are headed? Oh, what is that sound?
I don't know. It sounds like it's coming from above the water.
Oh.
But I believe the place was called the Dark Sands.
Yes. Let us head there.
Okay, so you guys managed to walk to the middle of the little town, and you open up. You can see like the little map opening up, and you obviously can tell that you're going to go the opposite direction. There's no use going back the way you came. So you head towards the left hand where the rest of the group went, and you see the little the clamshell tavern that is in front of you. And I'm going to assume that you guys don't go towards that, or are you guys going to go there?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
So in the far left corner, you're able to see the tavern that looks all, ratted down and not very nice. And it's on the outskirts of the town, as far out into the darkness as possible. So you guys approach the front of the door. And now you're standing in front of the Dark Sands.
After you?
Okay, we'll go in.
Okay, so you try to open the door, and the door is jammed. There's, once again, the guy is standing behind that, so he hears you open it. Huh? And it's the the gentleman that was there before with the group. But you guys don't know that, obviously, but he's still there. Not you guys again. I told you what I already knew.
What?
And he closes.
We're just here to gamble.
Yes, we
As
have.
As he closes as he goes to close the thing, like the little eye shutter thing, which he was communicating between, he hears the word gamble. Is Gilly expecting you?
Yes, of course. He's probably going to be mad we're running late.
And then I'll take out a handful of gold coins and then drop them back into my coin purse.
So he can't. So from what the little like slit, he can just see. He can just kind of see like eyesight. But are you guys? But you guys are you guys standing right in front of the door, or back enough, further enough where he can see all of you? Or sorry, like you guys standing up kind of thing. Like,
Well, we're pretty close to the door, I think.
Okay, so right now he's only able to see Poe, because I'm assuming Poe's in front, kind of having the conversation. He opens the door slightly, and he just kind of like looks out. Who are you?
That is classified information.
But you're here to see Gilly about
Gilly, yeah.
About
How
gambling.
much? I'm going to hand out a gold coin. Just let us in.
Oh.
Gilly's gonna be pissed.
As you hand him this gold coin, so in this town that you guys are in, like the coin that you handed him is basically like what is used around the kingdom like all the time. Like it's kind of just like universal currency. But in Clamshell, they kind of just literally exchange clams, and it has no they don't really have any value at all. But that's what he's used to holding. So when you hand him this super shiny, because I'm assuming you were taking this gold coin, you said you're like kind of shining it up in your fingers, and you hand it over to him, and everything else for him, it just rings in his ears. He doesn't hear anything else, and the door, as he basically is holding this coin in his hand, and the door just opens, and he has no idea. He's just so focused on this that you guys are able to walk right past him as he's just eyes on this gold coin. And you're just inside the tavern. So when you walk in, there's a few different people, or a few different kind of fish creatures that are just basically slumped over the bars. There's the bartender is back there cleaning a few glasses as he's watching kind of through the window in the distance, as he's kind of looking at his little aquarium that only seems to have one or two fish left inside of it still alive, as the others are floating up dead. So he's not watching TV, but in the corner he's watching his little aquarium, and his eyes are focused on that. So you see a tavern that doesn't seem to be as nice as the other ones, obviously. But there's not really too many people to talk to. Most people are passed out. In the corner, you see a little old lady shark, and she's basically knitting, as far as you can tell. And it looks like she's knitting with like seaweed.
Are you Gilly?
What? Who?
Madam, this is a gambling establishment. Why are you knitting here?
So as you guys are talking, everybody in I'm trying to think exactly where it'd be. So if you guys are here, are you talking? You're talking pretty low, I'm assuming, correct? You're not talking very loud. Are you talking loud enough for everybody inside the bar to hear you?
Yeah, I just shout, talk, everything. No, I'm talking normal.
You're talking normal. Okay, then that's fine.
I don't know, no, Gilly. Who are you?
Is there anybody else in the room that is awake that we could speak?
The bartender that's eyes on this aquarium.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over there.
Hello? As he's kind of like sees you walking up to the... How can I help you? What can I get to you?
We're here to play a game with Gilly.
He's not looking at you guys, but he's talking to you while he's staring at his aquarium. He's tapping on the glass. Yeah, Gilly's in the back, and he's just continuously staring at his thing, tapping on the aquarium.
And
Gilly is in the back, and he's just pointing with his finger, with his little fin, as he's pointing in the back room. And you can see that he's pointing
like
to.
He's being honest.
Well, he's sure if you want to roll for it, yeah. I'll let you roll for insight.
18.
Yeah, he is 100% honest, and he's just super distracted by what's left alive inside of his little aquarium.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. As we go, I'll turn back to the old woman and say, "Don't forget to hashtag stay inside." Old timer.
Huh?
Oh
And-
my
And
God.
then continue.
And we're gonna skip over to the everybody that's in the back room. So you guys are now looking through the little window in the back, as Poe kind of has eyes on what she thinks could be Gilly.
Do you see
Who?
him?
Poe?
Sorry, Ocho. Sorry.
There is some very large sharks. And then I'm still going to be kind of creeping forward, seeing if I can hear what they're saying.
Do we know if Gilly's a shark?
No, I don't know.
We might be best for us to approach.
Cautiously.
Be vigilant.
So,
But
are you guys opening the door?
I thought we were already inside.
I thought we could see them.
You can see them through the window. So this is one of those swinging doors that go to the back of the back of the kitchen. You know, that would swing open and
Right.
closed. And
I
you're
can't
just
hear them through the door.
I mean, if you already tried to hear them as much as you could, but because you rolled a perception, but you couldn't hear what they were saying at
Oh,
all.
I rolled 18 for my perception. I couldn't hear anything.
You rolled 18. I thought you rolled 13.
No, I rolled 18.
Okay. So yeah, sorry. I thought you said 8. I thought you said 13 earlier. That's why I
No.
said you could basically see, the 3, but you couldn't tell what they were saying. So you can tell that they're kind of just talking about nonsense that you probably don't know of what they're saying, but they're just talking about the hand that they're having. They're trying to basically fake the other one out to put more clams on the table so they can win, but they're not talking about anything specific, and they're not mentioning really any names because they're just not saying anything right now that would kind of bring up, but well, good one, Gilly, or anything like that. Like they're just kind of just focused on their hand that they have, because there's a big pot of clams in the very middle, so you can tell that they're probably very focused on this current game that they're in.
Okay, they're playing a game. I don't know what we can say. I don't want them to attack us. They're very big, and I'm very small.
How many are in there?
4 or 3? 3 or 4.
Sounds like it could get dirty in there. Very violent if anything goes wrong.
We must speak to him, so I see nothing other than going in and speaking. No other options.
What if we knock on the door and say, "Oh, Gilly, somebody's looking for you." Maybe he'll come out.
I think we just go for it.
Okay. If someone else wants to go first, I don't.
Phileas will push open the door.
Okay, so you push open the door, and they are in the middle of the game. They're staring at their cards, and you walk into the room that they're in, and they're just eyes on the cards. And
Do they seem to notice me at all?
So right now you are staring at the back of this gigantic white shark, and the two little kind of skinnier little reef sharks are on one on each side. They're very, very tiny compared to him, and they're like, their hands are like in their cards because they are trying so hard not to kind of make eye contact with each other during this time, because they're trying to play out another. And you hear them, "Well, I don't know. I think I got this hand." And then as from what you can assume, the bigger white shark speaks up. Another round of free money for me. And he places his hand on the table, and you can hear from both sides, and they just grab their faces. Ugh, and he brings in all of these clams into this gigantic, right in front of him kind of thing. This gigantic shark kind of just won the hand.
Do I see another door at all in this room?
Yeah, so you walk in, and you can tell that probably where they're at is just in the very back room of this tavern, and there's another door, but it's not a swinging door that's in front of them. It's just a regular door, and so there's a door on the other side. There's a glass, kind of like a for what looks like, from what you can tell, almost like a one-sided glass wall where they could see into the tavern, but most likely people can't see from the other side. From what you can tell, because it just looks odd when you're looking through this window. It looks almost like it's like tinted, like very, very, very tinted. So on the other side of the wall, you're able. I'll let you roll a perception because you're kind of looking for stuff at this point. I'll let you roll a perception real fast.
I only rolled 5.
Okay, so you can't see it. From what you can tell, it's just the other side of it's just showing you the other side of the tavern, but you can't tell who's there because it's too faded in the distance. And
But
as you, sorry.
But seeing the other door on the side, I wanted to try to not like walk straight up to them, but try to kind of like if they're not looking at me, try to like wind my way around the room.
So you want to make it seem like you're coming through that door?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll let you roll stealth just because I'll let you roll with advantage because they're very into the game and their hands are on their head and he's kind of raking in all this clam cash that he just won.
I only rolled 12.
Okay. Well, and you rolled it with advantage, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So they are pretty distracted. So you do manage to make it almost to the front of the door, but you don't make it further enough to open the door. But you kind of just appear in front of the door. Can I help you? And it's this gigantic white shark that just stands up at the table, and as he stands up, all the clam shells that he had kind of like fall onto the ground, and the two little tiny sharks kind of stand up, and one on each side.
Yeah, can we help you? Who are you, and why are you back here?
My name is Phileas, and I am looking for Gilly.
Who's asking for me? And he kind of pushes his little minions to the side.
My name is Phileas.
What can I do for you, Phileas?
I was told I've been sent from Harrington, and I was told that you might have some information that would help me in my mission, and me and my comrades.
Sent from Harrington. What do they want from me, anyways? They kicked me out of that kingdom a long time ago, and now they want me to help you out with something. And as he pushes his little minions back, they kind of like they're so focused on you that they walk backwards and they bump into the next person that was kind of like somebody else. So who would be standing behind Phileas? Who would have been standing behind Phileas when Phileas walked into
Would it
this
be
room?
Ocho or me?
No, Ocho would have gone last.
Okay, so then this little tiny shark kind of bumps into backwards, kind of bumps into Rockstar as he's just like, "Boss," and the giant white shark turns around Gilly and he just sees that there's a bunch of other people. So what is this? Some sort of, you guys going to be robbing this place? I mean, I can tell you right now, probably not a good idea. As he shoves all kinds of clams into his little knapsack that he has.
Sorry, you go ahead, Rock.
We have no intention of robbing you. Just Ralph told us to find you.
Ralph told you to find me. Man, I haven't spoke to Ralph in years. He's still looking the same as before?
He's very scaly.
Very scaly. Sounds exactly like Ralph. Well, I'll tell you what. What do you need to know? Maybe we can gamble for it. Or I got a few other options for you, but why don't you come take a seat? And he kind of clears off the extra clam shells that are on like the little, because he has one little chair to the left and one little chair to the right that his little minion sharks were sitting in, and he brushes them off and he gestures for Phileas to kind of come and sit down.
Of course.
What kind of games do you play there, Phileas? You up for a game of dice? Or you want something a little bit more interesting? And then you back there, don't be standing behind me. I hate when people are behind me. Come over to the side so I can see you. And one of you guys take a seat. And he gestures to either Ocho or Rockstar to kind of sit down, kind of like sit down with his like index finger as he points to the chair, like sit down now, kind of thing.
Ocho does not sit down. She doesn't like go further hidden, but she does not sit down.
Okay.
Oh, I'll take the seat. Thank you.
All right, so why don't we do this? Let's make it interesting. I gotta make something out of this deal. You guys want to know a little bit of information, but what do you say? You guys want to gamble for it?
If we must.
What are the alternatives?
Well, hey boys, what are the alternatives?
We got those
We got those frogs, those pesky frogs out there that are still causing us some grief every time I go home. Oh yeah. So you could either, help us out or gamble for it. What do you think? You guys up for either a task of taking care of a few frogs for us, or would you rather possibly try to win a gambler like myself?
What do you want from us if we gamble?
What do I want from you? A few clams would probably do. Per roll, that is. And you can tell that he's kind of holding like a group of dice kind of like in his hands as he's rolling and practice rolling in front of you guys. Or, take care of a few frogs for me, a little pesky frog problem. Come back, show me that they're dead. Maybe we could talk some business. But make your decision pretty quick. I'll give you a few minutes to decide among your group.
Let's just discuss.
I don't have any clams.
Gilliam, do you have clams?
No, I have clam meat.
Rockstar?
Are we trading clams as gold?
No, clams are clams.
I don't have any clams.
We might be able to offer gold. I know Ocho has none, but I have some.
I give back to you the gold that you gave me.
Thank you.
So as you guys are talking amongst yourself, you see as the door that you came from, or that you were standing in front of Phileas, is now opened, and Poe steps into the room.
Oh, Poe, is Mr. Muck with you?
Yes.
More friends.
Yes.
More friends. And you can see that underneath the table, he's shuffling things around.
What do you mean things?
I don't know. What do you want to roll and see if you can see what he's doing? Because you're standing in the back. Okay, I'll let you roll. Just
what am I rolling?
Perception.
Oh, well, I rolled a nat one.
All right.
Oh.
You can, from what you can tell, it looks like he's just moving his feet around. So
He has feet?
well, his fin, I should say. His shark feet. Little shark feet.
Yeah.
So what's it gonna be? Gonna gamble for it? I don't got much time around here. Especially
I'm sorry, we just walked in. What is the arrangement?
Yes, can we speak with our friends? These are more acquaintances of ours.
Feel free to take all the time you need. And then he kind of like points to the back door as his one little shark minion kind of walks out from the way that
I'm near the door still. I'm standing near that back door still.
Nope, not the back door. This is he's going back out the way that that Poe just walked in.
Oh, so the front door.
Yep.
Okay.
So are we gonna gamble?
Friends, he is offering us to either take a hit off of Frog, or which I believe are people, or gamble for information.
Like, what if we just offered him like 5 gold or something, or 10 gold?
Why don't we just do this frog task?
It might be quicker to gamble.
Do we need to kill for information?
I am
We could
still
always cheat.
tired from our last encounter.
But we slept since then.
You slept. Yep.
She's still tired.
I did not sleep well.
I just ate a whole bowl of tadpole.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I'm
Zara-
ready to kill some stuff.
Well, if you're ready to kill
say-
some stuff, I got some stuff need killing.
I say let's, in a low voice, let's just cheat and figure this out.
In a low voice.
In a
we can
low
also just
voice.
beat up on him. Beat up on Gilly a little bit.
He's a massive shark cow.
There is 6 of us.
But
How big would I be in comparison to this shark?
Very small. Extremely
Okay.
small.
By the way, where is he?
He's just hovering.
We look in the huddle, and he's in the huddle with us.
Well, you guys didn't mention that you guys are just all huddling in the corner together.
We said let's talk amongst the group.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we're
you
like
just-
low voice talking. We're not like yelling across the room at each other.
Mhm. Yeah, I got
Let's kill him.
Kill the beast.
Okay, let's take a vote. Who says we gamble? And I will raise a tentacle.
I will raise a tentacle.
You don't have tentacles.
Okay, I'll raise a fin or a little hand.
I'll raise one of Ocho's tentacles. I'll raise my hand for a little gambling as well.
I'll raise my thingy.
So you guys have decided to gamble, sorry?
Yes,
I
we
think
can.
that's the
win.
majority, I think.
All right.
If we lose, possibly.
Fools, all of you.
So, and who's going to come up to him to kind of say the word?
Is there only one of us who may gamble, or multiple?
I
So-
nominate our leader, Rockstar.
Oh, well, so two of you guys want to gamble against me. Why don't we just do this? Well, let's make it interesting. One of you guys versus me. I only got one set of dice here anyways, so let's make it interesting. How about, and he kind of explains the rules to you as he shows you the dice in front of his hands, and clearly he's trying to demonstrate that it's not a trick dice at all, and he's, kind of moving it a little bit faster in front of your face, Rockstar, as he's kind of just showing you this beautifully made dice. Let's do this. All right, you guys want a little bit of information? Let's make it interesting. I'll offer up 5 clams. You offer up 5 clams. If we roll against each other, whoever wins, beat me 3 times in a row, and let's do it. And I'll give you whatever information you need to know.
How do you
take
win?
gold?
Pardon?
Do
Sorry.
you take gold?
Oh, you got the, and he's kind of like putting his hand out for you to. Let me see a little bit of that gold that you're talking about.
No.
No. How do I know you have what it is that I want? How do you?
I'll
even
show
know that
him a gold coin, but I will not hand it to him.
All right. Well, I think we got a deal here. Step on up then. And he's begins to just practice roll once more.
But wait, how do we win? You say that we roll, and if we win, how do we win?
5 gold on the table. Let's roll 3 times. You guys beat me 3 times in a row. I'll tell you what you need to know.
How do we
I
beat
lose? We're rolling and then he's kind of, I guess inside, in front of him, it looks like a D20. So beat me on the dice 3 times in a row, you win. Lose on the dice 3 times in a row, you lose. So basically, if you win 3 times in a row,
It has to be in a row.
Yes, it has to be in a row. If you win 3 times in a row, he will tell you what you need to know. If you lose 3 times in a row, you pass up your gold.
So what if we roll high and then you roll high? Do we start over?
If we tie, we re-roll, yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm not rolling. Doesn't matter.
Well, Rockstar, you up for it? And he pats you on the back. Let's do this.
Of course.
All right. So you can go ahead and roll and let me know what you roll. We'll just say if you start with the first roll. So let me know what you rolled.
10.
Beat me this time. Let's go again.
12.
One more time.
Can I be keeping a close eye to see if he's cheating?
Yeah, what did you roll, Trav, the second time?
All right. So the first time I rolled a 9. The second time, I'll tell you what. You can see Mr. Muck, roll perception real fast.
I rolled a 16.
You can see that the second time that he rolled, he tried to push the dice over a little bit more, but he still managed to get a low. So he got a 3, but he tried to push the dice over a little bit further, and he got a 5 instead. So he tried to cheat, but he failed at it.
All right. If Mr. Muck had eyelids, they would narrow, but he doesn't.
Right. One more then. One more. Let's do this.
I'll keep a close eye again.
13.
And he smashes the table as it cracks in half. It's rare that I lose a game like this. What do you
I'm
want
so
to
good
know?
at dice.
As he flicks, hits all of the clams that he put on the table into you. What do you want to know?
We're looking for the information we came here for. Like, what are we supposed to do for our mission?
Why is the pond drying up?
Yeah.
And where must we go to stop it?
I have no idea what you guys are supposed to do about your mission, but why is the pond drying up? I might not have the answers for you, but I can tell somebody that will have the answers for you probably. If anybody's gonna know anything about anything around here, it's Octavio, and trust me, you'll know when you see him.
Do I know Octavio?
Are you
He
from
sounds
around?
like an octopus, so I'm not from around here.
I thought you said Lactavia.
Lactavio? No, it is Octavio, and he is an octopus. So
And
I will let you.
I'm not from around here, and
You're
neither
not
is
from
he.
around here, so yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
Ooh, backstory.
What am I rolling?
So you're gonna roll for history check.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. So you know that Octavio used to be well known. Like people used to speak his name all the time until one day he kind of just vanished and was not much heard of again. You recognize the name?
Known for?
He used to be like one of the merchants that was inside the kingdom near the, basically serving for the king and the queen until one day he just was no longer part of the kingdom anymore. So he was just gone. You don't know if he was exiled. You don't know if he was just decided to leave one day. But you do know that, yes, he is an octopus, and his name is not really mentioned too much anymore around the kingdom.
Okay.
All right. Octavio's going to probably tell you all you need to know, but I don't have any more information for you.
But where do we find him?
Octavio, you're going to find him at the, let's see, you can probably find him at the, I would probably say the deep ponds of Agua. If you're going to be traveling anywhere, you're probably going to need to also stop by at the old pearl shop, but I don't know.
We were not welcome there.
Well, I guess you probably just go without it then. But anyways, that's all I can really tell you. I don't know much more than that. If you're looking to find out any answers, he's going to be the person to know. He's been he only stops in here every once in a while, and that's only if he needs something. Last time he needed something, he didn't get what he wanted.
Do you know, why do you think he has answers? What has he told you?
If I told everybody what everybody told me, nobody would trust me with any information around here, so I'm not about to tell a bunch of strangers.
That was
our agreement was that I would tell you what you wanted to know, and you already asked a question. I'm not going to go telling everybody else's business around here.
Don't cheat at dice.
And he raises one eyebrow at you, like the Rock kind of style.
My tongue will flick out of the air.
Well, that's all. As he's picking up his pieces that he dropped on the ground, Rockstar, you now have 5 clams in your inventory. As they kind of fell onto your lap as he pushed them onto you. If you don't mind, me and my friends here are gonna head on out. By the time we go out and get ourselves a little bite to eat, maybe some frog. As he winks to the other guy. And he leaves the back room, not through the back door, but through the front. And you can see him on the other side of the double-sided glass, kind of just out there as they begin to exit the tavern. And as he's about to leave, he smacks the head of the little bodyguard guy that was in there, and the bodyguard guy drops his little gold coin on the ground as he kind of holds the back of his head and picks it back up off the ground. And so that is where we are going to leave this session, as you guys now know where to go. Well, not necessarily where to go, other than you know that you need to go to the deep Agua, but you do know who you're looking for, and that's Octavio the octopus. So hope you guys hope you guys enjoyed listening to this episode, but stay tuned for episode 5. Thanks again, everybody, for partaking in this campaign.
Don't forget to
Agua around.
Agua around.
Around.
Nice.
Octavio's around.
All right. Bye.
Bye.